Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. It is I, Piggy, joined by Ash. Hold on, let me just change this back to fade. Say hello, Ash.
Hello.
Yeah, we spent the last 12 minutes doing the podcast, and I butchered it. I forgot Ash's audio wasn't coming through, so yeah, that was great for me. So we just started doing Shaggy impressions from that show we did. Anyways, it's Watching Walford here to bring you yet another edition of the Watching Walford podcast. It's episode 134. Today's episodes are going to cover the biggest storylines and takeaways from week 30, just a few more weeks to Christmas, of 2025. Oh, excuse me, I might have dropped on camera, sorry about that. All the episodes from the 21st to the 7th, all the way to the 24th of the 7th, 2025. So just want to shout out 3 people. We lost 2 legends and a racist. We lost an Instagrammer who I followed because he posts figures pretty well, better than me. Swabby Figs, R.I.P. Obviously, I should have top billed the other guy who passed, who is pretty big. You might know him, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, because they put a tribute to him in Eastern. He's the legend, yeah. And then we lost Hulk Hogan. But I love the contrast. I love the contrast between like Hulk Hogan passing and Ozzy Osbourne passing, because Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, it meant to like so many people. Well, it's just you have all the great stories about Ozzy Osbourne, and then all of the problematic stuff that Hogan's done for the last 40 years.
Ozzy Osbourne, yeah, true legend. I love the story of like him fighting his cat in the Ozzy Osbourne show, in the Osbourne TV show. That's a belter.
There's so many good ones. There's so many good like Ozzy lines. Obviously, my favorite one, which I shamelessly stolen, but it was a clip from the Howard Stern show, and it was him and Sharon, and they were doing an appearance, and they were in China, but Ozzy obviously had a history with drugs, so he gets absolutely sauced up, gets so tanked up that he goes to bring a girl back to the place they were staying in. Now Sharon, his wife, she's still there. She's not gone out and getting sauced. She's staying in, reading some books. And so Ozzy and this Chinese girl get back to the flat or whatever. They're not. It's Ozzy Osbourne. They're not staying in a flat. Regardless, gets back to the house. Sharon, obviously fuming, chins this Chinese girl, knocks her out clean, and smashes a picture frame over Ozzy's head. Absolute gems. Love him. Yeah. There's been so many like good tributes and just fantastic.
They did a tribute to him in EastEnders on Thursday. I think it was Thursday. They put like a song in.
They were playing some Black Sabbath, so
yeah. Which is pretty good, It's pretty nice to see. And Hogan, just for people who might not know what Hogan did in the past 10 years, he had a scandal where his sex tape got leaked in 2015, and he was just going on a racist rant about black people, just a racist rant about his daughter marrying one, and then
it's also like, look, I'm not saying there's ever a time to be racist, but when you're mid blowing your beans, maybe that's not the time to start slurring. You know what I mean? Like,
but you know,
maybe not in the moment.
But do you know what makes it even funnier in my eyes? Well, racism is not funny, but you know what makes the video more funny is the fact he's talking about his daughter while he's probably finished mid coitus, like he's probably finished, but he's just talking about it. And then there's also a story about like his son, when his son got into a car crash in like 06, 07. He said that God was going to give him karma and reincarnate them. You can guess into what. And yeah, he spent the last 4 years like basically sucking off MAGA and saying Trump is going to bring America back. And then he just passed. And I love the contrast, because all the old heads who haven't like followed modern Hogan are like, legend is gone. And then you see all the modern wrestling fans like, yeah, fuck him. Yeah, fuck him. Obviously I told this story last time we were recording, but I'll tell it again. I was in the cinema going to see Fantastic Four. Obviously I'll just use my name instead of my dad's, and obviously my dad is sitting there watching the film. and he gets a phone call. It's his nephew, and it goes, Piggy, 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 Hogan's dead. He's fucking dead. Hogan is fucking dead. And I sat there laughing, and then that's how I found out Hogan passed. And then he's not going to be missed probably by a lot of people. He's just people are going to forget about him.
Look, he did make very hefty contributions to wrestling,
He,
but
he did also.
that doesn't override the years of terror.
Yeah, and also he pretty much did stop a union from happening in wrestling, because if the union happened, he wouldn't make as much money as the rest of them. Like, it'll be all shared equally. And he pretty much went, that doesn't work for me, brother, as he famously says. When people ask him, are you gonna lay down for this wrestler? And he goes, doesn't work for me, brother. But yeah. So rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace, Fabi Figs. Fuck Hulk Hogan. Just like I wished when OJ died, Norm Macdonald was alive. I wish Iron Sheik was alive to see Hulk Hogan die. I wish. So I would have loved to see that tweet. If you don't know, Iron Sheik famously is another like wrestler, but he famously hated Hogan. Like, he'd always tweet on his like.
I mean, his entire Twitter page is him just saying, "Fuck the Hulk Hogan." Oh, it's fantastic.
And just like, because if you don't know, Norm Macdonald would obviously make fun of OJ, like saying he's guilty and all that. I would have loved to see like just Sheik's response to Hogan dying. Fuck the Hogan. But what I love is people are obviously doing AI posts of like people meeting their like band members, meeting their relatives. My favorite for Hogan is just they're clearly like having up to the party gates, but obviously they're just putting like 80s WWF wrestlers, right? So obviously you have Macho Man, Sheik, and Andre. And I'm like, two out of the three hate him to pieces. Are they going to jump him at the gates or something? Anyways, that's my rant. I guess I'll start, and it's just
getting a bit nerdy in there with the wrestling talk.
Yeah,
I mean, look, as just a hook for the after show. Obviously, as of when this comes out, 6 of the most evil EastEnders will have been released. Our super fucking well-crafted, long-winded, heavily scripted, heavily edited, heavily produced video essay will have been out on the channel for 2 days.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. As you can see, there's been a lot of upgrades. You know, Piggy's got a new webcam. I've got a new webcam on the way. I didn't have the right adapter for it, so I have to wait for tomorrow or Saturday. And obviously, I've been working away. I've been editing the next video beyond. So there's a lot of stuff to get through in the after show. Just about talking about the channel and the plans and what we're actually aiming to do. And obviously a fun little kind of reflection on where we are and what our plans would be. But yeah, all that for the after show though. So
yeah,
either stick around and watch the rest or just watch the after show, either or. We don't judge.
we don't judge. Yeah, I got a new webcam, but that's the wrong camera. But obviously, I'm always looking at my left screen, not my right screen, so that's where I'm always kind of off sync unless I'm reading a script. But we have topics, so obviously we have the introduction, which is right now. Excuse me. Then we have Ravi gets caught / Avani is El Pregante. If Ash wants to add that in post. Then we have Nigel comes home. And then we have the Queen Vic is sold. And I got very annoyed at the Queen Vic being sold because of the way it happens. And then we have the awards, the after show, and then the outro. So if you want to stick around for any of these topics or skip to any of these timestamps, we'll have them down below. So without further ado, let's start.
I know. If I was a viewer, I would just skip to the after show to hear about the channel plans. But I am just me. I don't endorse doing this. No one should watch all the videos. We get the ad revenue for it. But the after show should be a banger. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. And just on the after show, I hope you guys do stick around and do actually watch it. But if you don't, you don't. Anyways, 9 minutes 34. We're about to get Ravi gets caught. So what has Ravi been up to? Well, last week he's been selling a bit of the old sniff, and
the
gear. The marching powder. I don't know any other terms other than march powder and gear.
Selling some beak.
Okay, gives all the terms.
Bit of speed, weed, myth, coke. I don't know. Some insert Big Les show reference. There we are. A stoner classic.
Yeah, he's selling a bit of that, and he's basically getting he's basically gone up to Harry going, "Don't do it, I'll break your balls, mate. Break your fucking balls. Don't tempt me. That voice there, break him." And Harry's
The
like,
one
okay.
thing that I don't understand, look, I don't mind this new facet for Ravi's character. I do think that is interesting. But also, the prompting for him to get like this was a little bit insane. He's basically like this because Oki said, "Yeah, well, you're not Nish, are you?" And he went, "Yeah, I am. I'm way better than Nish. And he smells." So now he's just a full-time dealer. Like, obviously, the Panisar has had money troubles. But, like, mate, he's a pretty garbage drug dealer if he can't get 40k. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not very good at it if he's making fuck all money.
This is a very shit joke, but I might as well say it. I know Ben Wade's a huge fan of the Slater, so why didn't he just have OK go, "You're not Nish Panisar," to which he goes, "Yes, I am." Just in response, there you go. Shit, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he basically.
But yeah, like it's just kind of crazy how it's like, he's gonna have to become a dealer now, and now he's gonna be a dealer for like the next 2 years. And it was all just because Bernie stole like 40 grand from him or something.
It's mental, honestly. It is mental. But continuing on, Ravi, yeah. So yeah, basically, yeah. And then we have Nicola come in, and Nicola's like, "Jack, I think someone is selling a bit of gear." And then obviously
Well,
he
it's
goes,
because Ravi keeps harassing Harry to be like, "Yo, you're still selling for me, big boy." And Ravi's like, "Yes, Dad. Yes, we'll sell the gear. Fine." And then Nicola sees this going down, and then Nicola decides to, you know when characters say they do everything for their boys?
mm-hmm.
Nicola does everything to ruin their lives. It's kind of insane how she just keeps doing it. She's like, "I do everything for my boys," even though each time she's done something, she's usually gone out of her way to mess with their lives to a really big extent. "Oh, I'll make sure I'll make sure Barney doesn't get to know Zach. Yeah, let's just set some kids to bully him. Let's give him some body image issues so he's not going to go to the gym." Oh, great. And then, Harry, I don't want my son getting involved in any dodgy stuff. Remember, Nicola got the contact for the gear. This was her contact that she set Ravi up with to get the gear to start shifting. So she's happy to give somebody else the gear. But the second that it's her son, it's like, Jack, there's a deal going down. You should bust it. And obviously, Jack, he's like a dog in heat. Go on. Where's this meetup then? Ravi, you mean? Squad, get everyone to this meeting spot. No reason. Get them all down there. So Jack busts them. Ravi hits them with the classic no comment. You know, but which is annoyingly is the right. I'd imagine it probably is the right approach, right? You know, you don't want to slip up and give the police any reason to like catch you up on your words. You do just want them to just get away with it fully. So, with all that generally said, it's an interesting time to it's an interesting time to be a criminal in EastEnders land because obviously Jack doesn't get any details about Ravi's dealing. So Ravi just gets let off scot-free.
Yeah.
And this while Harry's been enlisted to find all the gear. And it's like, oh, Ravi, are we straight after this? And then Ravi goes, "Nah, you've actually got to keep track on the gear as well. So it's get fucked." Essentially, get fucked. Even though you definitely did What is that drink? Is that a can of Coke with a fucking bottle lid on it? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What's the fucking point?
It's a little bottle of Coke, you know?
Yeah,
Little-
why not just get a can? It's probably got more liquid in it.
I don't know. That's why I ran out the door, because I asked my dad to bring it down for me. Because I didn't want to run to the kitchen
What
and disturb the
fucking
podcast.
ridiculous thing is that?
A little can of Coke, no?
There's less Coke for your money. And Ravi knows a lot about that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He counts it. And
Um,
also, even then, I made this. No, I did just make this point 2 minutes ago. Never mind. But point being, now Harry is under the thumb even more. Kojo got involved, so now it's kind of about moving ahead. Now Kojo, unfortunately, will probably come under fire for this, and it'll put the friendship at odds, and it'll be sad to see. But at this point, people will probably see Harry as the corrupting influence instead of Ravi, who is the real bad.
yeah. Which is sad. But now it's time to quickly mention Finny grows a backbone, because this is also on the same topic. Because it's the
He's going to lose it again next week. Don't you worry.
He's gone next week. He's not back for a few weeks. Because, would you believe it, it's the Parasite Bonanza! Whoa! No, okay. Okay, thanks. Yeah, anyways, as I was saying, because Vinny's like, yeah, I'm going to go see Ash because she's getting graduated. She's getting engaged, and I want to go to the engagement party. And so it's like, how dare you? How bloody dare you go to this engagement party? It's like, well, she's my sister, and we don't have many left. Like, one of them died, one of them's in prison for life, the other one's you shunned away, and one of them is, and I'm just here, so I want to go see him. And so, but how dare you? And he's like, you fake cancer, motherfucker. And I'm like, go on, Vinny, you stand up.
It was so wild as well, because last week, and we got to see the part of Suki that all the stands like to acknowledge, like to say that it isn't there, where you get to see Suki being like cold-hearted. And I say this I'm a Suki fan. I do like the character, but it's a bit bold when people like to act like this part of a character isn't horrendous, because she gets shitty. She gets really shitty when she sees that Ash has been engaged. Yeah, oh, well, she doesn't even call me, does she? It's like, well, you did hold an abortion she had when she was 18 over her for her entire adult life, and we're never proud of her, and has now hated her for being gay, but because you were very closeted. But why doesn't she call me the fucking bitch? You're the problem. You're the problem. And even when she was in Walford, Suki was controlling her life. She slept with her boyfriend at the time. And then, even when she left, she basically said, leave, because you're fucking shit here. And it's going to get worse because you're shit. I've never liked you. Like, I'm not surprised she doesn't call her.
But
I wouldn't call her.
my favourite bit is it's just Finny standing up for himself, because it's something I've never seen before. Because he's like, you faked cancer. You shunned her away. We don't have many family left. Fuck you. I'm going to see her. And then she's like, whoa. And I'm like, yeah, you go, Vinny. You go, girl. You go, piss, girl.
And like the second he actually tells her the stuff that she did do, like the faking the cancer, like sending Jags to prison, Jags who later died in prison, like, and Kirat, who's now in prison permanently because he had to go. He had to go, Robbie. He had to go. Like, so when he actually brings this up, she's doing the like shocked Pikachu face. Like, how dare you suggest I did these things? And it's the angle. It's like, I did these things because of Nish. And this isn't like victim blaming or whatsoever. Nish was gone for 15 years of those fucking marriage. Like, yeah, sure, he was still in their lives, and she probably still had to visit him regularly. But he wasn't hanging over the fucking kitchen table. Like, you made the choices. And then obviously she gets upset, and then Eve is like, "Oh, it's all right, but it'll be fine, darling. It'll all be fine."
Didn't you? I didn't know she was a gammon.
I'm just not a fan. Just not a fan. Like
my
this part of Suki is the worst bit about the character, and anytime they go back here, I don't like it.
my favorite bit is how Suki's like she's just been broken up with by, well, I know she has technically by Nish, but I love how she's a bro. Like she's like Finny is her boyfriend. Like, and he's like, "How dare you go see your ex?" Just writing sad songs. Like, why leave me? I thought you were here to stay. Just listening to Coldplay, like stuff like that. Which I love. But also we see that Avani. Well, we found out that oh, what's his name?
But yeah, the final bit about the Suki stuff though. I'm just not. This is the To me, this is the part of the character that you just erase. Well, you don't erase it completely because all characters are inherently flawed and they are supposed to be flawed. You can't have them all have like really like they have great teeth, they have a full business, and they have a great family and a full head of hair. Like, yeah, there's got to be some weaknesses somewhere. There's got to be some deficiencies as a human. But yeah, it's just it doesn't garner any sympathy for me.
Yeah. Anyways, as we were saying, he found out Joel doesn't wear a Johnny because he is a true alpha male listening to Mr. Taint on the regular basis. Which I found a guy who does a brilliant Taint impression, like the actual guy that is based off in the show. And the guy who like does the impression, he does a fantastic job. Cause he does all the points that this guy doesn't really like the Bugattis, the fucking, he does everything, like he does it perfectly. But anyways, yeah, so he found that out. And man, he's like, I'm gonna have an abortion, and Chucky's like, no. She's like, but I want
Also,
to.
this has led to another trope that I fucking hate in soap. I absolutely so yeah. Avani obviously shaken. Nobody expects the first time you do the business you get pregnant. That's just that's just not a thing you aim to do. Can't you turn out these lights? I look like I've been on the fucking gear. Good lord. But yeah, it kind of now I look like I've got jaundice. Oh fuck it. But yeah, carrying on though. Avani is now pregnant and she's worried about it because, as I said, nobody really expects to get pregnant on the first time. It's not something you aim to do. She's like 15, 16. Just not what you want with your life. It's not where you want to be. So, and she doesn't really want to deal with it. There's been a lot of trouble lately. She doesn't want to add to the problems of Ravi and Priya. And so she kind of decides by herself, you know what, I don't want this kid. I don't want the kid at all. And I don't want anybody else to raise it. And I want to abort it. But, she does have some trepidation towards doing it. And once again, this is where one of my least favorite soap tropes happen, where it's usually a gay couple says, we'll adopt the kid. We will adopt the kid. We'll raise the kid as our own. And like, I get it, you want to raise a kid, with a person you love. I respect it, sure. But in soap, it's just always either they do it and then about 5 years down the line, they decide we don't need the parents anymore. So it's going back to the kid. Now they're a little bit older. Or they just, or alternatively, they get adopted and then the adoptive parents die. And then suddenly 5 years on, you're stuck with a kid again. Like, I don't like this trope. I don't like it. Obviously, it would happen. Some people do raise like their family members' kids. That's reasonable. But in soap, I'm sick of it because it feels like it happens way too often. It could just be like a weird bugbear, but it kind of, I don't know. It feels like it happens too frequently, and I just don't like it because usually you have to tell the story, right? If the person giving up the baby is obviously a bit trepidatious to give up the baby, sure, fair enough. And the fact that you'd be seeing it every day, what if you actually bond with the child? Then you happen to witness somebody else raise your kid. Like, sure. But yeah, I'm just sick of it. I just don't want to see it. I really don't want to. I get it. You want to have your gay characters have kids because you still want to build to the future. You still want to have more of a future there. But it's just a bit gratuitous for me.
See, this is where I feel like I'm lucky because technically I'm on antidepressants and technically I'm a bottom, so I'm lucky either way if I ever have sex. So yeah. But on this, I don't really like this angle. If she wants to have an abortion, I'll have it. Will she regret it in 5 years? Yeah, but it's like a tattoo. You regret it, you regret it. Yeah, you can get it removed. I know you'll never bring back the kid because once it's aborted, it's aborted. But you're 16, you're supposed to live your life. You're not supposed to have a kid. You know, even like I know that's a weird stance I have because if you don't know, I'm pro-abortion. If you feel like you want to have one, go right fucking
Also,
ahead.
the one kind of funny bit to me as well, though, is the fact that Suki goes to seek out the whatever like religious figure. It goes to seek out their advice, and we learn that Suki's pro-life. Obviously, it's like obviously it's within her beliefs. Within her beliefs that a child is God's will. But I mean, she's pro-life. Get fucked. No, sorry. Just thought that was a funny little joke that some people might get upset by it, but still, it's just kind of she's pro-life. What do you mean?
How can
Progressive. She's not woke. She's not but
how can you be a lesbian and be pro-life? That's my question. You're a woman.
That's not entirely correlated, but yeah, it's just once again, it's just the unsavory parts of the character that I don't really like to see because I like to forget that this part of the character exists because it's a lot because I find the character a lot more palatable when she is. Like when she's kind of, when she's loved up with Eve and when she's moving ahead, cool. But when she's the overbearing kind of ice queen, it's the part of the character that I just don't enjoy that much. And obviously, different strokes, different folks, that sort of thing. But it's just a very weird thing. And I don't usually, I usually oppose all the people who complain about pregnancies. But also, it's just kind of it's been one thing after another with a Barney, and you just feel bad. It's like what? So she gets manipulated and kind of used for sex, and usually, obviously, it's just the soap tragedy, right? But and obviously, in that situation, you just go, "Oh, this is fine though. She's not pregnant. There won't be any problem. She's not going to be pregnant. Who cares? Ah, well, it wasn't the best first time, but we'll see. Pregnant. Oh, fuck me. What? Like, it's just poor Avani, man. Will she end up raising the kids? I don't know.
Also, I just realized
The kid will definitely be born.
but also it's the fact that she was strip searched. Joel obviously lured her into having sex.
It was consensual, of course.
It was consensual, but obviously she was kind of manipulated because it was like, oh,
yeah, it was still like a.
It's not this exact tactic, but it's the tactic where it's like, I just lost my guinea pig. Get your tits out. I just lost my guinea pig. Kind of thing. What Joel did. And then obviously he filmed it, which is even more fucked up.
Yeah.
And now you're pregnant. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Welcome back, Ronnie Mitchell.
Just having the worst time of her fucking life. But obviously, I'm glad that the actress is still doing a lot of good stuff because she's a really talented actress, and
yeah, it's just in the show.
This is why they chose her for this role, but everybody hates Ivani apparently. It's just God woke up and decided, "Fuck you."
But because obviously I think in universe Saki goes to like the religious figure, right? And in the religion, I believe they're pro-life. And then she goes into I'm just gonna call him the guy because I don't know the belief. And it's like, yeah, this 16-year-old, my granddaughter, is pregnant, and I don't know whether she should keep the baby or not. And he's just like, tries to get rid of it. And she clearly does not want to hear that. She wants to hear keep it. It's fine. Which to me is more funny.
Yeah,
the guy doesn't agree with her.
The fact that we're joking about being like pro life is just she kind of goes, but it's God's will, and he's just like, you do love her, right? Like if you love her, you will respect the decision. No,
it's it's like when you go up to a priest and you're like, you give them this complex situation, and he's like, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care if you read the book. He bullshit
Brother,
away.
I've been embezzling funds through through the business, and the walls are closing in. What do? I don't know, confess to something. Like fucking that was the attitude. It's like, I don't know.
I don't know. The book fucking changes, brother. Last time it was edited, homosexuality was banned in it. Fact, which is a fact. But yeah, there you go. That is a bit of religious advice, and that is a bit of So she's pregnant, and Suki wants to keep the baby, but Ivani doesn't because obviously she's 16. She's also seen how Lily is 15, wheeling a baby around. So it's kind of like parallel to. So yeah. Would you keep the baby or would you get rid of it? Just very quickly.
Loaded question there. Good lord.
Hypothetically, if you were a woman in this scenario.
I mean, as a
24-year-old man. Sorry.
Look, it's a complex question, all right? Because, what if in some weird world where you can't have a baby again? Then you would have lost the opportunity you had. You get that? But alternatively, you're 16. It was the first person you ever slept with. Maybe you don't want to father that decrepit individual's child. Maybe you don't want to do that. But do you really just give it to your nan? Are you really just giving it to granny? Go on, take care of my kid. I definitely won't get too overly attached or struggle to not love it. Like, yeah, it's just an impossible situation, really.
I completely buckled myself when I said, as a 24-year-old man. I don't know why it made me laugh so much. But I'll continue on. Now it's time for the second subject. A bit more lighthearted, kind of. Nigel comes home. Yeah. So what do I mean by Nigel coming home? Well, he comes home. Simple as. So he gets on the tube. I believe Julie went to go for a slash, and basically Nigel wandered off. So he just gone.
Yep.
He just been on the London train, went on the tube, and he wants to go home because to him, home is with Phil. Because obviously with dementia, he can only remember certain events. So recent events, he could probably remember a bit more clearer, if that is nice to say, than 20 years ago. Some people it's reversed, and he basically wants to go home. My favorite bit, and I know you're not supposed to laugh at it, but it's when he's trying to get through the barrier and he just starts shaking the gate. That just made me laugh. But like Julie goes to see Phil, and it's like, I don't know why he wants to come back here. I'm just like, don't know, it's me, mate. Don't really care.
I mean, obviously Phil's just kind of like it's been his home. It's all he's known as home, which it's not his fault. It's just how he's perceived his reality.
Yeah, and
I know I've said that like been like I've been on shrooms for 7 years. Yeah, well, it's just all about how he perceives his own reality, man. Bad energies come in, bad energies come out. But if you're zen, if you're zen, it all makes sense in the end.
Sorry, because the only thing I was thinking about was when there was two restaurants, and one of them was clearly on shrooms, and it's one restaurant on shrooms, and the other one's just going along with it, and they're talking about pod people. That's all I thought about in that scenario. Is when they're talking about pod people. But yeah, so Nigel does get home because Callum does rescue him and brings him back to Phil's, and he sits down with Phil. And then Julie's like, "We're going back to Scotland," and then I was like, "I don't want to go. I want to stay here." And he's like, "Okay, I'll go back to Scotland on my own." And Phil's like, "No, you can stay. There's a room for you. You can stay." And she stays. And then the next morning, she's like making fruit for Nigel, putting it in a bowl.
Fucking horrific looking meal, I'll be honest. It looked horrendous.
What was it? Just a bunch of fruit in a bowl?
It was just a bunch of fruit. I think it seemed like she made some like avocado on toast, which I still think is shit and gross and awful.
I never had avocado. Don't even know what it looks like.
A fruit.
What's one of those? Is that a chocolate bar? The only fruit I eat is a chocolate orange.
Belter. But I've been thrown by chocolate orange.
It's a good chocolate.
Terrific chocolate as well. Nah, it's awful. It's ass.
Oh, but you get one of those
You
mint
want orange,
ones.
eat an orange. You want chocolate, eat fucking chocolate. Don't mix them together.
Get,
I like fruit.
get one of those mint chocolate oranges. Oh, they're delicious.
Nah, fucking grim. Mint's a shit flavour as well.
Okay. But yeah, my favorite bit is when he comes down. Like Phil comes back with a bit of rashers, which is just bacon, but a bit of rashers to like fry. Like Nigel, like a fry, and it's like, yo, you should try some avocado on toast. And Phil's like, avocado on toast? Never heard of her. Fucking hate avocado. And then like
I've never had an avocado in my life, and I'm not going to start now.
Because Phil, to me, this is like when introducing Phil to avocados and like all these modern like kind of meals is kind of like when you're trying to explain to your granny about pronouns and they're like, I don't fucking know, son. I don't fucking leave me alone. I don't want this.
Well, it's always kind of a joke that we made, but there was just a time period where one of my brothers was just obsessed with like egg fried rice, and so like you just. And at the time, we were eating a good chunk of rice. You know, we just started making it properly. We were just making it, but every time you just like turn around, and suddenly there's just an egg cracked in there. It's like, where did that come from? Why is there a fucking egg in here? We're making, I don't know. We don't want egg fried rice, and it's like, I don't know. It just happened. Stop fucking cracking an egg
Slippery
in the
old
fucking rice.
Slippery egg.
But he never did.
But yeah,
I don't know how that relates. I just wanted to say that story.
I just
Point being, though, at the end of the day, Julie and Phil, they're chalk and cheese. They're two completely separate people. I do like how Julie's got like it's quite rude to suggest she got a fairly gruff, like kind of almost northern voice. So it's like, come on, Phil, have some avocado on toast. It's like, I don't want avocado. Go on, Phil. We're gonna play a jigsaw.
Meg.
And then Phil's like, how about pointless? Fucking, it's the back and forth, and you know, in the end, I do think Phil and Julie will actually get quite close, and I think they'll reach and understand. They're never gonna be the biggest fans of each other, but they will start to kind of enjoy the fact that they're both there and they have someone else to help out, like with caring for Nigel. But still, it's going to be like, there will be some really sad scenes when Nigel dies and they both kind of realize, like, oh, fuck, you know, like what's left.
My favorite bit, and I even told Ash this, is when they're watching the movie. Phil's like, he wants to watch Pointless and Anthony's Road Trip and have a good night. And then Julie's like,
also, they couldn't say a non-BBC fucking game. Isn't Pointless a BBC show?
Yeah.
Like that, they wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare. Don't fucking mention any other shows. Only EastEnders and BBC. Thank you.
Sorry, my dad's texting me going, did you see me tub of jellies? And I went, I ate them, the M&M, last night. I'm gonna get an angry message.
Stop eating his food.
He told me I could have the M&Ms.
Yeah, he didn't say jellies though.
Oh, what gift?
Yeah, brick.
What gift has he sent me? What gift has he sent me? He's just responded with the Hogan, let me tell you something, brother. I don't know why. How could you?
Because you ate his fucking jellies. Look, if someone says, can I have some of this? Have the M&Ms. And you eat the jellies? They weren't on the table. How fucking dare you?
I don't know why I'm loving this podcast.
You're not even going to replace the jellies, are you?
I'll bring him to the shop later on.
Yeah, but you're going to force him to go to the shop to get the jellies that he had.
Yeah, true.
He has to do the walk himself. Justice for your dad.
Hashtag justice for Piggy's dad to get jelly.
But I bet you not even paid him back for the birthday presents you made him buy for himself.
He's got fucking receipts. He's got fucking receipts.
And you're still eating his jellies.
Stop me. I'm gonna piss myself because you keep making me laugh. I feel like someone just put a vibrator on my ball.
Justice for Piggy's dad. Christ.
Yeah, where was I? Yeah. So the Chase is BBC show. They could have mentioned no, Pointless
No,
is
it's
a BBC.
pointless, not the Chase.
They should have mentioned the Chase. The Chase is a fantastic show.
Pointless is alright. Definitely had its heyday.
Yeah,
I used to watch a lot. I used to watch a good bit of Pointless, but at some point they kind of got fed up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just weird. So then Phil goes to the pub and realizes by Lexi and Frank Sinatra, which is Billy. I sent you the meme, but someone does alternative history. So they just put like a photo of Billy Mitchell, or well, the guy who plays Billy Mitchell, Perry Warwick.
Fenwick.
Wenwick, and put like a random photo of him going, Frank Sinatra released this album in 19 insert year, and it's why I call him Frank Sinatra, because that image always buggles me when I see it. Fucking thinking on. So Lexi's 13, and she realizes, maybe he basically tells her, maybe you should endure like Julie and Nigel's ideas, and just be a family. And Phil's like, what the hell? I'll go make a jigsaw with them then. And they live happy.
Yeah, it's that kind of funny thing where you take someone who's inherently a loner and you're someone who's kind of gotten used to their own company, and you then put them in a situation where they're now having to deal with company on a daily basis, and it's like, I don't want to fucking play jigsaws. I want to fucking twiddle my balls on the sofa and watch Pointless. What's so wrong with that? And obviously, if you get caught doing that, it's game over. Game over.
Okay, just side note.
Point never after me, of course.
Yeah. I was going to say it was Chase. He was watching. He was watching the Chase.
Exactly, the better show. But fuck me. This podcast off the rails. Anyways, but still, you get used to your own company. You don't really want other people fucking with you.
Yeah.
It's not. You get used to your own rhythms. But Phil, and he's never really been good at dealing with conflict either. His conflict, he deals with his best mate called Batty, straight to the dome.
That's what my dad's going to do to me after the jellies. Oh yeah.
Exactly. But at the end, knowing that Nigel's pretty important to Phil, he kind of goes, shit. Means I've actually got to be nice to his wife. Ugh. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, you gave me the image now of Phil twiddling his balls playing Pointless. Just a fantastic.
You did that yourself.
It's a fantastic image.
I just set up the imagery.
Yeah. It just reminds me of like the meme of I'm gonna have a pot noodle and a wank, and it'll be over. That's what Phil wants to secretly do. But now it's time for the third topic, moving swiftly on.
There's a lot that's been delayed to get into doing this fucking podcast. So
yeah, swiftly on. My mustache is a bit yellow, kind of. I don't know why. The Queen Vic is sold. / Hayley Slater mentioned. Ooh. Hold on.
I'm gonna make the bold take. I don't think that Alfie's tracking Hayley Slater.
Well, we'll find out.
That's a joke. Just imagine someone believe. We got a comment. I got a comment on one of the Hollyoaks trailers where it's like, basically, our called like the pub the wrong thing. As She goes, this guy doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. And then I go to their profile and they're called Amethyst. And it's all about enlightenment and realizing when you cut all the bad juju and that the government controlling everything. It's like, I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, sure. There we go. Fuck you, Amethyst.
But yeah,
Sorry.
so Stacey
Sorry,
Slater,
actual viewers.
yeah, so Stacey Slater still has the 100k from Martin, which I'm still shocked that Martin had 100k life insurance. I'm just shocked. So yeah, she finds
I'm
out.
surprised anybody on the square gets insured for life insurance. You know what I mean?
Well, Phil definitely does.
If I was a broker, I would definitely just nah. You know what? I don't know why, but I'm getting the vibe that we probably don't need to actually do life insurance for any years. Because then that would mean that actually have to pay something out.
I think the only people who would in universe on the square get out life insurance would be Ian and Phil. But like Phil wouldn't get it for himself; he'd get it for someone else. But Ian definitely would.
Ian literally got shot about 5 months ago.
He did, and
I reckon somebody would give Dot life insurance, but they lower the value by 10% for every cigarette she smokes.
God, how did she live so long in the universe with her smoking?
Know, man.
It's like oh gosh, but look, I know it's cruel, and I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say, like when people were posting like, "Oh, I'm so sad he's gone," I was like, my first response when I seen, "Oh, Ozzy Osbourne has passed," I was like, how did he live that long with all the drugs he took? How did he live? You know, I know. Obviously, you're not supposed to say it, but I was like, "Fuck me, how did he live?" Was she just giving the fucking Grim Reaper a bit of cocaine? Like?
He's spelt different. What a legend.
It's like
there's a footballer. There's a footballer who he was such like a prolific. I don't remember the name, but he was such like a prolific party animal that he burnt out his first liver, and then he got a transplant liver, and then fucked up that liver in the exact same way. Yeah. I'll knock the drinking on the head. Yeah. Did not do that at all. Just hand through 2 livers, the mad bastard. That's funny if he's your family, though.
Yeah. So yeah, Stacey keeps getting phone calls from Alfie, and I was like, yeah, I need 50k. Zoe is in trouble, and Stacey's like, well, Kat, I can't give you the Vic. Sorry. And then Kat's like, oh, you bitch. And then Jean hears Stacey talking about finding someone, and then Jean in her head goes, Hayley. And Stacey's like, yeah, Hayley, yeah.
She was greenlighting to be Miss Marple in the episode. All right, so who would Stacey call? It's Alfie, must be Alfie. Yeah. Somebody needs money, and their life is a fucking mess. Hayley, she was always a weirdo, wasn't she? Never had a life together at all.
They weren't even talking about Hayley in universe. They were talking about the actress in real life. Who needs money? That racist bitch. And that's talking about Hogan. Continuing on. So yeah, so she basically is like, yeah, Hayley, yeah, Hayley, and she's awkwardly...
The funny bit about this is when Stacey says, "No, Kat, you can't have the money." Kat then just has a strop where she goes back to the flat, pulls out a tub of ice cream in a fucking leopard print nightie. Stacey's like, "No, you can have the money. It's fine. You can have the money." And then she's like, bloody hell. And then they go over to the Vic. There's an auction taking place. And Genus the stool, so she pulls the fire alarm. This is where Kat makes her extravagant entrance. And she shows up, and Linda just goes, yeah, it's basically yours, really. Like, sorry, there's a whole auction meant to happen for this.
I didn't like it. But the plot line that I hate the most? And it happens every time the Vic is sold. or is about to be sold. Oh my god, the fic is being sold. It's going to be turned into flat. Fuck off. Fuck off. They've done that plot point nearly every time it's been sold, except for maybe the 90s. Like, every time in the 2000s and 2010s, it was like, going to turn it into flats, going to turn it into flats. Ooh. It's like, oh, Jesus.
I mean, it was basically Archie Mitchell's Peggy blackmail card.
True.
Bloody hell. Oh, you're not liking me so much. I'll just turn your bloody home into flats, won't I, fucking bitch? Just still love me. Just still love me.
Yeah.
Horrific man.
Horrific man.
I don't condone any of his actions.
Well, maybe some. And I'm not going to tell you which ones. So yeah, continuing on. So basically, Kat gets the Queen Vic, and just because like she can, and yeah, she's gonna move in, everything's normal, and then Jean's like, she found Haley. Kat, do you want to hear this? She found Haley. You know what she found? Haley. Do you know who found her? Alfie. And why did Alfie find her? And who's he finding? Haley. And why did he find Haley? Because he found Haley. And Kat's like, why is he with Haley? And Stacey's like,
and obviously she asked Stacey, and Kat obviously does the old classic, no more lies. Yeah, all right. I'll never lie again. Who ate those gummies? I'll never lie again.
oh mate, the shop I was in, right, where I got this like Coke.
Stupid fucking bottle.
They have a CBD like gummies, and one of them is Hogan's gummies, and I was like, I'm really tempted to buy them, but I can't. I'd love to try the Hogan gummies.
Why can't you buy them?
I'm not really supposed to, put CBD gummies with my medication. That might set me a bit of a place.
Is it actually a conflict?
I don't know. I don't want to try it just for that.
I mean, see, CBD gummies. The whole point with CBD is it's more like the calming shit. You're not getting that fucking THC. You're not getting the bit that makes you high. You're getting the bit that mellows you out.
Probably.
That's why they're not giving like people with epilepsy. It's like they're not giving them the fucking good fucking the good THC. They're giving them the stuff that mellows your body out.
Yeah.
I say that. Speaking of drugs, just one more final Aussie story, which is fantastic, is that because he used to do a lot of psychedelics, a lot of hallucinogens. And he said that the time he realized that he had to stop doing LSD is he was walking through a field and he's seen a horse and he starts talking to this horse. And he's talking and he's talking, and he's there for an hour just chin wagging with this horse. Then after the hour, the horse turns around and tells him to fuck off. And at that point he goes, yeah, I should probably knock these psychedelics on the head now. It's gone a bit far.
I like how it's the horse that made him do it.
It's not himself.
It's the horse. Oh yeah. So Kat basically moves in, and Elaine gets
the one thing. Yeah, sorry, you were just going to say exactly what I'm cutting in to say, but yeah, I do like the swap. I do like the swapping of them getting the flat and the Slaters getting the Vic. But yeah, it was always weird because you kind of wondered what the first, what's Elaine gonna do without her stage? Because it is her stage and she rocks it. And next, what's Linda gonna do now that she's not working at the pub? And also, last time she wasn't working in the Vic, she was in the laundrette, and this was obviously after June Brown left. So she was kind of taking the Yolande role of being the agony aunt, and you kind of tell her all your problems, and they give some wise little comments and they help her out. What the fuck is Linda gonna do? Because Yolande's filling that role perfectly. I still say I'm still manifesting that Cindy and Elaine work together in the Albert. That to me is my fucking dream. What does Linda do now? She doesn't have any skills.
I don't know what she does. I, does she fuck off and just never come back?
What was probably a bit rude in saying that, but she's literally been a landlord for like, or a landlady for like her entire life.
Maybe she works the Albert. I don't know.
Yeah, but the whole point was getting away from the booze. She's not just gonna, straight to the next sauce wagon.
Work in the cafe, baking butties and stuff.
Yeah. Not that jobs matter in EastEnders. Everybody's fucking absolutely ridiculously together, and nobody's ever worried about money.
What I loved, I just wanted to mention this as well because it sort of fits in, but doesn't really. Oscar shagged a guy called Isaac, and then Isaac's like, "Oh, you wanna keep in touch?" And he's like, no, fuck off, mate. No, I only wanted to shag it. Like,
What's your name? What's your name?
They called me Mr. Boombastic.
Just saying anything to dissuade from. But yeah, it's just kind of I suppose speaking about like Kat and the Vic though, they have a good introduction to her and the Vic. She does like fit right back in, and I'm still worried about what the Slaters are going to look like in the future because you have Kat, Alfie, Tommy, Big Mo, Jean, and Stacey's leaving. She's not here in a year. Let's be real. So, and obviously Zoe's definitely gonna get involved in this. But still, it's the Slaters is one of the other than the Knights, it's the smallest family on the show, and they're supposed to run the whole Queen Vic. Like, I'm still a little bit worried for it.
Yeah.
Like, Kat works. Kat is a good landlady, and she's kind of, I mean, basically since she came back in what 2017, 2018. Since she came back, she's basically been a spare part and has been kind of not like paying reparations, but essentially saying we've written you like shit and you haven't left. Fine, fine, you can come back. So, and now she's back in prominence. I think it fits. I'm always excited when they do like make it such a big change because it is going to change like the feel of the show because it's a completely different energy at the helm. I'm going to like it less when Alfie gets back. I'm going to like it way less when Alfie gets back. But I am kind of, it's a good start. And at the end, Alfie rings Kat and says, bloody hell, I've messed it all up. I've been trying to find Zoe. And it's been Zoe who I've been trying. Fuck me.
Okay,
Zoe
Mario.
who I've been trying to find.
Wahoo!
Oh, God. So he finally exposes the truth that it's Zoe he's been trying to find instead. Just after 5 minutes ago, Kat is told by Zoe, by Stacey, no more lies. It's Haley. It's Haley. It's definitely Haley. It's always Haley. It's always definitely Haley. No more lies. Alfie goes, it's Zoe, lol. But yeah, I think other minor stuff. Yeah, Oscar gets cornered by Fat Mike. I think it's Fat Mike. Is it Fat Mike?
I think it is.
And Fat Mike kind of like gestures a knife around him, like, "Hey, you did stitch me up. Like, you did stitch me up. So I will make you regret it." But other than that, really, I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think we covered everything. Sorry, I'm checking to see what else happened for Marvel. I am. That's what I was doing. I haven't really.
Now we'll get back to hosting the podcast.
I am. Sorry. What is your thoughts on the week, Ash? Was it a fun week? Was it a boring week? What was the week like? So I can quickly just check.
It was a good week. I look forward to the episodes being back to normal soon. Like, sports are great. Woo, go sports. Yay, love sport. I say that as a sports fan. I don't know why I'm being like facetious about it. But I do look forward to when we're back to the very standard Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm glad when we're back to the normal schedule that they do every week, and none of the schedule fuckery. I look forward to when it goes back to normal, and it should be going back to normal soon. I'm pretty sure Wimbledon's over. Pretty sure the Euros are about to end and may have ended as of this comes out. Who knows? But yeah, it was a good week. A lot of good stuff. I'm glad that the Carters are finally out of the Vic. It was definitely the right time, and I am excited to see what Cat does as like at the helm. So yeah, exciting stuff. Good week, decent week. Enjoyed it. Yeah. What about you? Do you enjoy the week?
See, I just side note on the Euros. Isn't it the women's Euros?
Yes.
So if England win again, all the men are gonna be like, it's coming home for England, but only when the men do it. So fuck them. Because they did that last time.
I was a little bit worried for a sec. I didn't know where you're going with it.
Yeah, no, because I remember I got into
I thought you were gonna be like, oh, it's a woman Euros. Who the fucking care?
No, you go, girl. But my favorite, you go, girl.
Let's go, girls.
But like I remember, I don't know who the person was, but I remember going to an argument once because like a guy was watching the Euros or like watching the men's Euros, and when it's coming home for England, hasn't come home for England in like the past, however long it was the last Euros, and I went, it did come home for England. The woman won last year, and he went, doesn't count. But it does count. The women won it, which means it did come home for England, but it doesn't count. But it does, and he's like, no, it doesn't. All right, you're fucking right, mister. It doesn't count because the women won it. I'm like, fuck off. It does count. Just because the gender changes doesn't change the fact it's coming home for your country. Just wanted to know
football fans are both obsessed with women and hate celebrating their achievements.
And also, they really like having a black player if he misses a goal, Mitch. But yeah, they really love doing that as well. I believe, wasn't it the last Euros where a guy missed a goal or something? Missed like a penalty or something, and they just harassed him. I swear that was I swear
it was it was very young players, and I was just a stupid choice by Southgate, really. Like, hey, we are potentially gonna win the biggest, like a big competition. Let's pick some of the least experienced players, and they obviously fucked it because they weren't ready. But anyway, why are we rehashing like Euros from like fucking 8 years ago or something like that?
I was just saying about like the women's
maybe
Euros.
even been the World Cup.
Yeah, it might have been the World Cup, it might have been the Euros. I don't know if it's one of the two.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it just you go, girls. If you win Sunday, it just comes out Sunday. Congratulations. And if you lost, try better. But my thoughts on the week, it was
try better. Fucking hell. Someone put that on a shirt. What the fuck is that?
Try better. That sounds like a fucking car name. You name your wrestler like WWE 12. Like, try better. But like it was an alright week. See, I need to peel back the curtain. I know this is like the awards / the after show, and I haven't really made a timestamp for the awards yet because we haven't gone into that. But to peel back the curtain, I thought we were recording this on Saturday, so when Ash got the new camera, it'd be like me, high definition, except I'm in 30 frames per second, he'll be in 60. But he went, can we record the podcast today? It's Friday the 25th. I went, haven't really watched the EastEnders. Then I watched it and I went, Ash, I have a port here for the camera, and he went, okay. And then I went, I don't have the port, and I had to go get a port. So it's currently 8:30. And I fucked up the recording the first time because Ash's audio wasn't coming through, so we had to redo it again. But other than that, I enjoyed the week. Not really a fan of Zuki, getting involved with the whole abortion thing, but I can see because of the religion, it's that kind of thing. Oh, my religion states this. Yeah, my religion states I can stick a boot up your fucking ass. Don't teach that in the Bible, do they? It's just, that sort of thing. Like Oscar, just being Oscar Brannon, spreading the Brannon seed, albeit in a man's ass. But anyways, I enjoyed that. What else did I enjoy? I didn't really enjoy the Queen Vic being sold because it was like, there's an auction here. Oh, you pulled the fire alarm. The Queen Vic has sold the cat. Great. And then Fat Mike comes in and threatens Oscar, which I also enjoyed, because then like Louis has to like be in the room, like they're playing caramel dancing, and he's like, "Yeah, come on, hey, all the ladies, all the men, all right," and I enjoyed that as well. So yeah, that's all the fun things I had, and that's all the things I liked. So yeah, now it's an hour and 5 minutes. Time to do the podcast, and I'm fucking out of breath for some reason. Fuck me.
Now, the one thing I will say, when you did tell me that you hadn't watched the episodes, you put an emoji there. Now, I don't like it when you use emojis because you always put like the sad ones. When you made a choice, you're like, "I've not watched it." Frowns. Like, you decided to not watch the episodes. What are you frowning about? It's your decision you made.
It was mainly because of like, because I knew you were going to be upset about it. I didn't watch the episode, so I was like, sad.
No, I
face.
don't give a fuck. Just,
The fucking legs
but it was
itchy.
more like, why the fuck haven't you? It's not like you were supremely busy.
I mean,
Like you watch the fucking episodes when you're flying across the world. But when there's a 3 a.m. sleep, you're like, ah, fuck it.
Sorry, my legs fucking itchy. Don't know why. I think some bastards biting
Like
me.
fucking.
Um,
I just, sometimes you just use questionable emojis, and it always annoys me. It's always like, I've done it again. I've not watched the EastEnders. Like, yeah, you fucking decide, prick.
but it'll always be the wrong emojis, because Ash could be like, my dad's dead, and I put like, I'm sorry for your loss. Bollocks. Wrong emote. My ferret died, Piggy. Hey, oh shit, I fucked it up. Yeah, I'm bad with emojis. That's all I can say, really.
Just stop using them. It'll be easier.
No, I like using the emojis. I like them.
I don't like you using the emojis when you message me.
Oh, fuck you. How about that? Well,
That's how I feel when I read them. Yeah, this is the after show, though. Obviously,
it's not the after show. We have the
just
awards.
to oh, fuck me.
Okay, read the awards out, and then we'll get into the after show.
All right. So for the awards, we have all of the above. We have the Chris Clenshaw Award of no, just Chris Clenshaw. That's it. It's for the most promising. We have the Keanu Taylor Award of Excellence. We have underrated, and we have, I believe, the final one. Who needs slapping down? There we are. Sorry. New microphone. Had to do it. Yeah, which one are we starting with?
The Chris Clenshaw Award of Excellence.
Most promising. It's just the future under the Vic. It's the future of the Vic under Cap. I think that's the whole point of it, right? I know we've complained about it, but at the end of the day, it's a change. It's a necessary change. The right time. The Carters have pretty much had their 12-year reign of terror. I'm very happy that it's over now. So yeah.
I enjoyed it. What am I looking forward to? I'm looking. Excuse me. I'm looking forward to see Zoe coming in, and Max, because now Oscar knows about Annie, so that's good. Annie, are you okay? She's clearly not. So I'm excited to see that. That's what I'm looking forward to. Next up, the Keanu Taylor Award of Excellence. The most wooden. It can be anything. It could be everything. It could be anything in between. What would you give it to?
That poor girl who Sharon Osbourne chinned in a hotel room in China. Spark out.
Yep, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know what I'll give it to, because I was gonna go to Oscar Brannon just for just the one.
I liked his dancing.
His dancing was cool. I'm giving it to you know that meme everyone does, like mom and dad are arguing downstairs, but you're playing Wii, like Dance Dance Revolution on the Wii. That's what I enjoyed with Fat Mike.
Mom and dad are getting a divorce, but I'm playing Just Dance, as it's like crying, just crying your eyes out.
Whoop on Gangnam Style. Sexy ladies.
Oh, oh, yeah.
Because that's what I loved. Because Fat Mike is
It's such a funny visual. I can't lie.
It's like because Fat Mike's in the like other room, like about to stab Oscar. You have Louis in the room just going, what?
The best bit is as the second Lauren and Peter goes like, "Can I stop fencing now?" It's like, yeah, you have free will, Louis. You make decisions for yourself.
He doesn't know that. He doesn't know he has free
You're
will.
an older brother now.
He still believes you can't eat triangles. Continuing on.
What the fuck does that even mean? What does that even fucking mean? What are you on? He thinks he can eat triangles.
I don't know, mate. I just love this podcast. It's so unhinged. Fuck, what's the other award? Underrated. It can be Ozzy Osbourne if you want it to be.
I've given him enough praise. Tommy had some nice little scenes, a nice little calm before the storm, as it's inevitably going to get worse. So let's just enjoy this moment before he turns into a fucking chud.
Yeah. Who will I give it to? I am giving it to. Oh Jesus. I'm just giving it to like Jean Paul and no, Hayley. I'm giving it to Hayley just because of the mentions of her. Her acting was great in this week's of episode. Just fantastic. Also, I smell smoke. I think no, it's not. Window must be open. And the last award. Who needs slapping down?
Logitech Streamcam that only has a USB-C port. Maybe we're living in the future, but you get something, you expect the normal USB. Because I can't imagine the technology is that much different to have just a, I don't know, fuck Logitech, legend. Use a Logitech camera for at least a decade now, and will continue to do so.
I'll also go to Logitech because I had to go up to the town. So yeah.
Well, we both did the same thing because we both went, fuck, we don't have the cable for it. So I went, fuck it, I'll go to town. Now my town's full of old people and charity shops, so it's not exactly the technical hub of my county. So I was like, fuck it, I'll find it. Went to the co-op, no tech section. Went to look at what I thought was what looked like a phone shop, and it was 20 to 2. And we see that there's a sign on the window that says, well, it's also in the co-op. I was just buying like a nice Röster burger because fuck it, I was feeling sorry for myself. I bought a nice Röster burger. The machine I went on had an unknown error, so it was just fucking with my shit. It was just making a fucking meal out of it. And then we go, all right, phone shop, easy. This should have some adapters. 1:40. The shop is closed until 2. We will be back shortly. Yeah, sound. Cheers, guys. Cheers for fucking off. First start when I need you. And then we go to like another shop, which is basically someone's living room, but they've converted it into a shop front. And then he doesn't have it either. So it was all a dud. Meanwhile, this is me because it's been a pretty hectic week. We'll get into the week like otherwise, but this is like me. This is like day 5 of editing stuff again, like 2 weeks deep of proper editing. And then I'm like, fuck it, I just want this fucking camera because I ordered the camera first. I made all these upgrades, got the Shure SM7B, got 2 studio lights beaming on my face. I got some soundproofing on that wall in front of me as well as the back wall. So I'm like, yes, it's time. I'm going to get this camera, then the setup will be complete. No, it fucking won't wait another day because I ordered the camera first and it came here last. And now to wait another day for it to work. So fuck you, Logitech. No, I don't know. I don't know. But look, some days you just feel like everything hates you, and today I felt like everything hates me. So
Fair enough. I did change it to the after show. The timestamp might be a bit fucky because I was going to keep it as the awards, but yeah. So do you want to go through your week? Well, I kind of open my shirt, but kind of don't at the same time, so I'm sweating.
He's stripping off.
Uh-huh.
The week. It's been a good week. Been a good couple of weeks. Obviously, we talked about it in the podcast last week. As of last week, I hadn't finished editing 6 of the most evil EastEnders, but by the Friday, I'm pretty sure I had. Fully pieced it together. It's now out for 2 days as of when this is released. I don't know what my expectations are. To me, this is the best thing we've ever done on the channel. And it's the most well edited, it's the most scripted, it's got the most creative input from both of us. Like it took a lot of like grinding it out to get it properly finished and done. And it kind of like, it got released, it got monetized, which considering we say some not so savory things that certain characters have indeed done, wasn't expecting the monetization, but I will absolutely take those pennies. And yeah, now it's just kind of I was quite happy with how it turned out. I even put subtitles. Like I made the effort to put subtitles, and then I just put them through the closed captions. But I didn't make any allusions to the fact that there are proper subtitles in the captions. So if anybody comments, I can't understand what they're saying, it's like, oh fuck it, read the description, you bastards! I've made an effort to do this. But yeah, I'm pretty content. Like it was a really big thing to get it done, and it's definitely kind of kicked my ass into a new gear of like trying to get the channel where it would ideally sit in the grand scheme of things. And obviously I worked on like the next project this week, but yeah, I don't know, just how did you find it finally being done? What were the thoughts and feelings?
Uh, I, hmm. I'm excited that it's out. It was recorded that long ago that my mic is old. It's my old mic, and I didn't even have my tattoo. But oh, excuse me, I drank Coke and Mountain Dew. This is not good. I'm gonna absolutely regret this in an hour. But other than that, I love how the video turned out. We got a second comment just now by someone saying they're gonna save that treat for later on. And yeah, I am happy with how it turned out. I really hope people like it and just watch it, appreciate it, and just, comment, like it, whatever you want to do. And if you don't like it, cheers. You still give us money. And you'll have to dislike. That's pretty good. No one's going to see the fucking dislike, so I don't care. Unless they're that ad blocker in, then they probably can, or whatever that thing is. Yeah, I enjoyed my piece of work on it, and I enjoyed Ash's tremendous hours on it. He did a fantastic editing on it. He did a
Go on, keep going. Go on.
I'm close. I'm close.
Go on, I'm gripping it. Go on.
I'm just gonna cut to you. You're full on squeezing it. But yeah, Ash did a tremendous job at editing. I just wrote the script, well, sort of the script, and then just Ash.
Piggy, the way that I'm gonna use the term the creative process because it's wanky. But the way it worked is essentially it was around the anniversary. I came up with the idea saying, "Fuck it, let's actually make these scripted videos like we did." Because obviously we released the Christmas one, but I wasn't confident with a script, and then I went, "Fuck it, let's just put it through an AI. That'll be a really smart idea." Because I don't know, I had a crisis of faith, and I went, "Fuck it, I'll just do it." I still have the original script, which I'll probably do at some point. I'll like redo it and do it in this style, but it kind of I reached a point where I went, I'm kind of sick of doing all this fucking Reddit videos, because and we recorded it. Like I said, this was before Piggy had his new microphone. This is how long ago it was recorded. But I came up with the idea. I basically went, "Hey, Piggy, here's what we want to do." We decided on a bunch of the names, and then Piggy kind of went through, drummed up all the information that was available on all these characters, and then once that was done, I kind of I go through, I kind of develop what's there, and I try and make it kind of, more video friendly and turn it into something a bit bigger, to make it more of like an actual topic. And then we recorded the lines. Then I delayed editing the lines down for about 4 months. No, it took a good 2 months for me to actually edit the lines. And then I shelved the actual editing process for a good like two more months on top. And then like 2 weeks ago, I just spent like the fucking 12-hour days just grinding out the edit. It definitely started to find itself. I think I could have done way better with the scripting, but it definitely, in my eyes, it definitely got a lot better as it went on. And I feel like that's how that's why I viewed the whole project, right? It really started to kind of take form of what I wanted it to be by the end. And I was quite proud of it, and I hope it does well. My vague expectations for it, and I know this is probably a bit bold because the other video we released was at Christmas time, but in my eyes, I want it to beat the Christmas video essay. I want it to do better than the Christmas video essay, which had what, like 5K views.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to do better than that, and I want to see that there's an actual like desire for this sort of stuff, because I don't know, like. It's the weird thing where with what we do, obviously there's not many people who do it. We are kind of, it is us, it's Albert Square After Dark, who are absolutely thriving, like getting like 1K views a like 2K views a podcast, madness, fair play. And they're upgrading. Rob and Reenie both getting proper, like, both getting good microphones as well. They're expanding. But with what we do, we kind of do, and I've said this so many times in like the last like couple of weeks, but like what we do is we do like kind of daily stuff, which at the end of the day is only so replayable. I don't think anybody's necessarily going back like, oh yes, I want to see the EastEnders characters who should have stayed alive. Like, I don't think anybody's really going back to rewatch it as such. And it's kind of about trying to make stuff that kind of transcends our little niche. Make stuff that people who maybe don't even give a shit about EastEnders go, oh, what? So I get to have I get to peek through the curtains and see, well, this is some cool, like, weird horror, spooky, true crime shit. What, it's about EastEnders? Fuck it, it's not real anyway. Like, it's about trying to kind of engage a wider audience than what we currently have. Because I'm obviously very, very proud of our audience that we've cultivated. But in my eyes, if we actually want to become bigger than we are, we do have to level up our game.
Yeah. Oh, guess I'll get up again. Yeah,
engage in the conversations.
I just you were having a nice moment. I didn't want to interrupt you. And then I love how midway through he just seeing me, looked at me going. So I just got confirmation of what Elite Set's my favorite tag team will be in, and I was happy. So yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. And yeah, like I said, I don't want to be the Gary YouTuber who's stuck doing Reddit videos for the next 5 years. It's great, it gives us a bit of income. Albeit it's 30 quid each, but it's still an income. I have to make sure I don't show my nipple.
It's better than I think both of us thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Obviously, we both dream that Ash will one day get a house, and he'll just live on that. He'll live a quiet life in a house in the middle of nowhere, like John Lennon in Yesterday. But yeah, it's nice to see like how it turned out, and it's nice to see if it does well. Obviously, I personally, I'm just gonna be like, it'll do well, even if it's later on down the line. But yeah, I don't have any extra thoughts on it. Just I upgraded my camera. I'm now 30 frames per second, and I'm no longer motion blur where I go in and out. You can now see me properly.
I mean, it's supposed to be 60 FPS, but you did have to struggle to find the adapter, so we're lucky that it works. But yeah, I suppose if we just kind of take we take the slightly not serious, but kind of discussing like what like let's be real. As much as we have had fun doing the Reddit videos. If at some point we manage to just become a channel that makes the more documentary scripted shit and the podcasts, we would absolutely fucking do that. Like that's not like look, we like it's not like we don't hate doing the Reddit stuff. It is fun, it's good, it does what we need it to. But if we could make 2 videos a month and 4 podcasts and sell sponsors on every single one of them, abso-fucking-lutely, that is the dream destination as to where this channel goes.
Yeah, it is. It's the dream, and I hope the dream lives. That's all I can say. I don't have much else to really, tickle my beard with. Oh, yeah, there is something I want to say, right? There is something I want to say. So obviously I live in a bunch of flats, right? And Tuesday or Wednesday, this elderly dog came up to me, and we're still in like where all the flats are, like we're outside where all the flats are. And obviously I'm petting this elderly dog, and the woman obviously has it on her leash, so I'm petting it. And I go to my dad, pet the dog, so he comes up and he goes to my chin. I mean, you fucker, you fucker.
Get fucked.
Just that's what.
Right.
I pet the dog, didn't I? Like, oh, you. That's why I could never like. That's why I can never unleash my dad onto a podcast. I do not know what he would do. I do not know what he would do. And Ash potentially gets to meet him when we meet up. So yeah, it'll be very awkward. He's just gonna go hello and leave. Like, yeah. But
I mean, I've got more stuff if you're
yeah, you go ahead, man.
I got
You go
more
ahead.
stuff.
Man. I'll just sit here.
But I mean, continuing it forward though, obviously this week, basically after the whole ridiculous process and how ridiculously long it took me to actually finish the fucking Evil EastEnders video, obviously I kind of wanted to kind of barrel straight back into it. I didn't want to like spend that much time I didn't want to spend too much time just like waiting around again, because I did so much of that on the previous video. Like I said, I worked in 2 waves. I did a shit ton of work about 4 months ago. And I did a shit ton of work about 2 weeks ago. And I probably put in a good like 60, 70 hours worth of editing time. But this is over like 5 months. So this time I very much decided, because I kind of made the same ploy as well after the Christmas video essay where oh yeah, no, that's fine now. I've done the first thing. Now I'll spin it into doing more, which obviously I didn't end up doing because I don't know, I got really burnt out afterwards. But with that kind of happening, I started to I started the new project quite early because, we're still kind of conceiving a bunch of ideas. I'm not going to mention all the ideas, but we've had some bangers. But I mentioned it at the end of the video that the next video is going to be an iceberg of some form. Now, if you don't know what an iceberg is, it's essentially, it's levels, it's layers, it's tiers, right? And we're doing like a kind of slightly dark, but slightly kind of normal video about, basically about EastEnders stuff that didn't happen. Stuff that either was planned to happen, or that got scrapped, or just didn't happen. And obviously, as it goes deeper and deeper, it kind of gets into the darker material. And so then Monday or Tuesday comes crawling along. Piggy, plodded away at the script a while ago. So I finally looked at it, got it polished off on the Monday. Then Piggy and this is a Piggy solo video as well. Like this is all his narration. Records his narration on the Tuesday. I edit the audio down on Wednesday. Start kind of tinkering around with like art stuff on the Thursday, and then obviously like today I kind of gotten up to about 7 minutes done. So I'm I've definitely refound the motivation. It's it feels it feels really cool to start making stuff that I am genuinely very proud of, and stuff that I feel like I'm developing through time. It's stuff that, like, I hope all the stuff grows as I grow whilst trying to kind of make this sort of shit, because it's definitely, I don't know, at points of time whilst doing this, I've definitely coasted. I've definitely coasted by doing the bare minimum. But it's nice to kind of be fully locked in and fully trying to make this as big as it can possibly be. Because otherwise I'll just learn to drive and become a postman or something. Like, like it's it's nice to feel like I'm adding worth to something. And yeah, I don't know. It's been really productive though. Like I said, this week was the week of kind of making a bunch of trying to make a bunch of necessary improvements, like obviously the new microphone. Uh, this microphone in comparison is pretty expensive to my normal one. It's also the microphone I kind of internalized as the microphone to get. Like, you know, pretty much any podcasters, they have this microphone. It's an absolute banger. Um, and you know, upgraded, got some soundproofing on the walls, which I used to have, but I got rid of because I replaced it on the other wall. The camera is, you know, hopefully tomorrow I can finally actually look at what it's going to be like. And just kind of, yeah, consolidating everything, working hard, hoping to build a brighter future for Watching Walford. But yeah, it also means fucking busy week. It's an absolutely fucking busy week. But it's worth it though. It definitely is. It's become a good creative outlet. So yeah, I with all that to generally say though, I do hope that everybody does enjoy the Evil EastEnders video. I do hope it does fairly well. I've not got unreasonable expectations, but I do hope that people do see like the idea and what it could potentially build into, and hopefully it kind of becomes the future of this channel, because it feels better to make these sorts of videos than the ones we currently do. But obviously we'll keep doing these sorts of videos for as long as we need to. So yeah, it's been really productive. It's nice to see the turnaround between this week and last podcast as well, where I hadn't even finished the last video and I was all talking hypotheticals, and now I'm like a third of the way through the next one. So yeah, I'm excited. Got a lot of cool stuff going on, and I am excited for the future. So I think everybody in the audience should be too. Or if you just want the normal same videos, fuck you. No.
Fuck you, indeed.
I hope people are invested in the future of the channel, and hopefully it continues to grow.
Yeah. I hope. God, oh God, in my throat. I hope everyone enjoys what we do for the next coming months, coming years. Yes, I know my rubbish bin has to be taken out. I know, lads. Okay, I just realised they can be seen. And yes, that is a laundry bin, by the way. If people are asking, yes, it is. But I do hope you stick around. I hope people stick around and just see us through the dark and see us through the positive lights. Because you know, we don't know how long this light's gonna last in this tunnel. We could get both burned out and decide enough's enough. Time to pack it in. It's been 2 years. Enough's enough. But unless you've anything else to say,
no, it's just, I think the one just kind of final gist of it is just, it's like there probably will inevitably be some changes to how shit goes, but fundamentally a lot of it's like we're still going to do the same sort of shit, but only at a certain point where if we could make it viable to just do like 1 or 2 scripted videos a month. Probably still going to keep doing all the shorts, going to keep doing all the Reddit videos, all the podcasts. Like, it's at the end of the day, we're basically paid money to talk about stuff that we'd be doing anyways. So it's not a bad deal. It's really not a bad deal. But hopefully it grows into something bigger.
Yeah. And without further ado, we've been here for an hour 35. Life is just one big party and then it's all over. So yeah. Do you want to do your best Shaggy impression to do us out, or do you want to leave it?
I'm not putting that on air.
Yeah.
I'm not putting that on air.
Oh, Ash, we finished recording. You can just do it to me now. You should see his Rishi Sunak impression. We will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye.